Ever since Fortnite Battle Royale first released, each and every single year right about this time, we always receive one of the greatest events ever. Obviously, I'm talking about Fortnitemares. This is the event responsible for giving us awesome skins like Shadow Midas, or even Michael Myers that we got last year. Well, this year's event looks to be one of the craziest ever. As we know, it'll be entirely themed around Jigsaw from the movie Saw, as well as a brand new mini pass that includes tons of free rewards for everyone to unlock. We'll cover it all right here in this video. But first, if you don't hit the thumbs up button on this video, exactly 111 days whenever you log on to Fortnite, this'll happen. No! If you do hit the thumbs up button on this video, exactly 111 days when you log on to Fortnite, this will be waiting for you. Choice is all yours, so choose carefully. If you want to go the extra mile to support the channel, just head on over to the item shop and input my code HOMAGAMESYT. Ladies and gentlemen, we've wasted too much time. We have a ton of awesome stuff to cover in this video, including this year's incredible Fortnitemares event. Let's get into it. Super quickly, before we take our first look at this year's Fortnitemares event, first things first, ladies and gentlemen, the mystery of the ice wall has finally been solved. Because for those of you that didn't know, ever since Chapter 5 first release, all throughout the first season, we were all focused on this giant ice wall. It was located right outside of Grand Glacier. During the first few weeks, this thing started going through some crazy changes. At first, we were able to find this crashed airplane located at the top. As the ice wall continued to slowly melt, location of the airplane began changing each and every single week, till eventually it fell into the pool of water right below it. Some people think this was just Epic Games teasing the arrival of the Weapon X facility. It's located inside of a bunker on top of the glacier, but that's just not the case at all, and the real truth is a little more sinister. To fully understand this, we need to rewind the clock all the way back to Chapter 5 Season 3, where about halfway through the season, a new NPC could be found on the island known as the Trias Trooper. It's located at the rescue station. Now, at the time, none of us really paid all that much attention to this NPC, because he just seemed to be like a pretty generic medic, but he had this very, very mysterious dialogue where he would go on to say, "She's coming. I know she is." A lot of people assume the character the Trias Trooper was talking about was actually the Wanderer, but that's not the case at all, because the Wanderer ended up being Dr. Doom, aka a male, not a female like the Trias Trooper was referencing. Instead, he was actually talking about this brand new character known as Saskia. Saskia was also added as an NPC on the island in Chapter 5 Season 3, located at the cemetery. She had some crazy dialogue, where she went on to say that her most important targets he's searching for is the Trias Trooper. Also went on to say that someone known as the Field Surgeon is paying her to find him. Now, the Field Surgeon is essentially the female counterpart to the Trias Trooper. The whole reason she hired Saskia to find him is actually revealed whenever you go up and talk to him as an NPC, where he goes on to say, "Field Surgeon hired Saskia to find me. She's not too happy about something I did, someone I saved. But even after everything he did, he was still hurt. God or not, I help those who need me." Obviously, the person he's talking about saving is none other than Zeus. But the whole reason Field Surgeon is upset with that is actually super duper surprising. It's directly connected to this melting ice wall. Check this out, right? In Greek mythology, Zeus actually got his revenge on the mortals by causing an absolutely massive flood. Which means that here in Fortnite, since Zeus is apparently alive and well, we'll likely end up doing the exact same thing. However, the entire flood will actually be caused by the melted ice wall. Don't worry, coming up next, we're going to showcase the Fortnitemares event. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I finally found the most mind-blowing creative island of all time that you absolutely need to try out. The island code for it is on your screen right now. It'll pull up this brand new parkour map. Once you load in, you're immediately greeted with one of the most beautiful spawn rooms I've ever seen, as well as some absolutely crazy background music that's actually being played by a massive DJ. If you make your way over here to the AFK zone and then hit an emote, you'll start receiving a bunch of XP every 10 seconds. We haven't even seen the craziest part. This map is one of the best death runs ever made in Fortnite. There's 160 totally different levels, with each one of them progressively getting more and more difficult, as well as cooler and cooler. Hey, check this out. Right now I'm on level 37. It looks like we have these absolutely massive boulders coming for me. We'll go ahead, dodge it. Gotta be careful. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh man. Oh, all right, I'm kind of stuck. At least the music sounds great though. Come on, be careful. We'll dodge this one. I think this is the last one. No, we have one more. Come on. Yes, we completed the level. As you play this map, you'll discover two different characters. The first is Aaron, the DJ you're able to see playing in the air. And the second is Shen Li, playing a newly released single in a special nightclub location on the map. If you haven't already given this map a go, trust me, you're missing out. Let me know down below in the comments how long it took you to complete all 160 levels. But back to it, ladies and gentlemen. Did you know there's actually a super secret weapon inside of Fortnite right now that you're not supposed to be able to get at all? I'm going to show you how to get it though. Check this out. First things first, we're just just gonna want to land at this little building right outside of the train station. You're able to find the NPC known as Artemis. First things first, go ahead and hire her so she follows you around. Then after that, all we need to do is hop inside of one of the vehicles that spawn here. Then begin making your way to the closest boss to you, which I'm pretty sure is Emma Frost at the raft. Now that we're here, we just need to position the Artemis character right here like this. And lastly, we'll go ahead and shoot Emma Frost in order to make her mad and attack us. Watch what happens, ladies and gentlemen. As you're able to see, Artemis starts lighting her up with her pistol. I know she's just using a pistol, which doesn't seem like it should be very effective at all, because it isn't. As you're able to see, Artemis is getting absolutely lit up by Emma Frost. Don't worry, that's exactly what we needed to happen in order to get this secret weapon. Because Emma Frost is so powerful, after a few minutes, she should go on to eliminate Artemis. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there's a brand new weapon actually laying on the ground that she dropped, being a super awesome unreleased version of the Ranger pistol known as the All-Rounder. Now, I know the Ranger pistol isn't really that rare, but this is actually a different version that is super overpowered. It's fully automatic, has a nice little red dot sight. The best part is it doesn't have any bullet drop on it at all, so you can be super duper accurate even at long ranges. That's what I'm messing around, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, because as we all know, every single year right around this time, I always receive one of the coolest events ever. Obviously, I'm talking about Fortnitemares. This year's Fortnitemares event is going to be bigger and better than anyone ever before. For the first time ever, we'll actually be kicking off with a mini live event. Now, obviously, the mini live events is something we've become used to here in Chapter 5. However, so far, all of these have been directly related to the Fortnite storyline to help provide additional context to what's going to be happening in the next season. This event will be specifically for Fortnitemares. Inside of the Fortnite game files, its code name is Deckbed. So far, what we know about this mini live event is it'll actually have to do with the Doom Island. You know, the super rare island that spawns about halfway through the game, only about 3% of the time. The reason we know this is a few days before Fortnitemares begins, Doom Island itself will actually become fully disabled. This is a change Epic Games just announced recently, and what we think is going to happen is the Doom Island will be replaced with a brand new island for Fortnitemares. It'll likely be very, very similar to the Isle of Storm location we had back in 2019. At this location, you're able to find and fight against a bunch of cube monster characters. It just so happens some brand new versions of the cube monsters were recently added back to the Fortnite game files. But don't get it twisted. This doesn't mean that Kevin the Cube himself is actually going to be returning, even though there are actually a bunch of Kevin the Cube teasers scattered across the Chapter 5 island. Instead, it'll likely just be small pieces of the cube that'll be responsible for spawning in all the cube fiends. Believe it or not, this location is already inside of the Fortnite game files, and its code name is literally scary. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be Fortnitemares without the addition of tons of brand new themed skins. Obviously, one of these we're going to be getting is none other than Jigsaw from the horror movie series Saw, which we'll get to in a second. We'll also get many, many more. One of these, already confirmed, is a brand new Marvel collaboration that'll fit in perfectly with this season's theme, actually having to do with both Spider-Man as well as Venom. You don't just know this because of the leaked Spider-Man and Venom vehicle we covered in the last video. Instead, check this out. You know how a few years back, Epic Games actually purchased the game Rocket League? Well, it turns out, coming up here shortly in the Rocket League Halloween event, we're actually going to be receiving a bunch of Spider-Man and Venom cosmetics. Now, I know, just because Rocket League is getting the collaboration, obviously that doesn't guarantee that it'll be in Fortnite as well. But the good news is, a bunch of encrypted Spider-Man and Venom cosmetics were actually discovered inside of the Fortnite game files, essentially confirming that at least a small collaboration will take place in this year's Fortnitemares. More importantly, however, the main character that'll be arriving for Fortnitemares 2024 is none other than Jigsaw, who we mentioned earlier. In case you haven't heard, right in front of me, located in the secret attic room at the Castle of Doom, we're able to find this very, very mysterious television set that is actually turned on and is displaying a bunch of static. Coming up here shortly, a teaser for Jigsaw will appear on this TV. You'll actually be able to see a video of Jigsaw speaking to you. If you don't know who Jigsaw is, I wouldn't really recommend watching the Saw series unless you're an adult, since it is incredibly graphic, but he's essentially a terrible villain known for holding people captive and putting them through the worst experience imaginable. In previous years' Fortnitemares events, we've always received a set of quests that we could complete in order to earn the free rewards. This year, it'll be different. You know how each season here in Chapter 5, we always receive a mini pass event with tons of rewards, like the Pirates of the Caribbean event we received last season, or any of the other ones we received in the other seasons of Chapter 5. Well, this time around, Fortnitemares will actually get a mini pass, where you'll be able to unlock the Jigsaw skin at the very, very end of the paid version. But don't worry, there will still be tons of free rewards everyone can unlock as well that isn't the Jigsaw skin. Hopefully, we get to see Jigsaw added as an NPC or a boss or something like that on the island. That would also mean we're getting a Jigsaw mythic item, which would be absolutely insane. Oh, second to last enemy. Huh. Oh, yes. Oh, he's over here. He's over here. He's over here. Come on, buddy. Yes, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about, the victory royale. Fortnitemares will start very, very soon. As soon as it does, I'll make sure to let all of you guys know by making a tweet over my official Twitter account at HomeLakeGamesYT. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have an absolutely incredible rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.